A$AP Rocky just walked onto his Don't Be Dumb tour stage and cleared the air about every single viral moment that has been following him around the internet for weeks. And the way he did it was so unapologetically Rocky that fans are saying it was the most on-brand response he could have possibly delivered. The rapper reportedly stopped his show, looked out at a crowd that was very much present and very much packed, directly contradicting one of the narratives he was about to address, and delivered what fans are calling one of the most quotable onstage callouts of the entire year. He told the crowd to forget the internet, then proceeded to tick through the list of everything the internet had been saying about him with the kind of exasperated specificity that only comes from a man who has been watching incorrect and unflattering narratives pile up and has finally decided that enough is enough. The thongs, the tour attendance, the Rihanna disrespect accusations. He addressed all of it in one breath, from a stage, in front of the crowd that the internet claimed was not going to show up. Word on the street is that the timing and the setting of this response was not accidental because allegedly, the most effective way to disprove a narrative about your tour not selling out is to address that narrative while standing in front of thousands of people who bought tickets to be there. The industry machinery around concert attendance discourse has a very specific and very exhausting tendency to manufacture doubt around certain artists, to suggest that the seats are empty, that the demand is not real, that the moment has passed, and Rocky reportedly looked at that specific narrative and chose to respond to it from the most powerful possible position. You cannot claim a concert is not selling out when the concert is visibly sold out and the artist is talking to the crowd that is there. People are saying that particular piece of his onstage response was the most strategically satisfying part of the whole thing. The thong conversation is the detail that has reportedly been generating the most comedy on the internet for weeks, and fans believe Rocky's decision to include it in his onstage call-out alongside more serious accusations is actually a very deliberate choice about tone. By treating the thong discourse and the Rihanna disrespect claims with the same level of dismissal, grouping them all together as internet nonsense that does not deserve differentiated treatment, he reportedly flattened the hierarchy of the criticism in a way that took some of the power out of the more serious accusations without appearing to dodge them. People are saying that move was either completely calculated or completely instinctive depending on which version of Rocky you believe, and allegedly both possibilities are consistent with who he has always been. The Rihanna situation is the one that reportedly landed the hardest in the original discourse, and it deserves its full examination. The comment Rocky made to his audience about how grateful he is that they did not know him when he was single because of what might have happened if they were attractive was reportedly interpreted in two very different ways by two very different audiences simultaneously. The first interpretation is that it is a joke about his bachelor days that is obviously and clearly meant to be read in the context of a man who is deeply in love with and committed to his wife, using the language of what could have been to emphasize how much his life has changed. The second interpretation is that it is a casual comment that places Rihanna's feelings in a secondary position to the rapper's on-stage banter, and that a man who truly respects his wife would not make that joke in front of a crowd regardless of the tone. Fans believe both interpretations are valid enough that neither side is entirely wrong, which is allegedly why the discourse reportedly ran as long and as hot as it did. The gatekeeping of what kinds of jokes married men are allowed to make in public settings is a conversation that the internet has very strong and very divided opinions about, and Rocky landed directly in the middle of it in a way that reportedly forced people to decide where they stand on a question that is more nuanced than the initial outrage suggested. What is sending a message most clearly through his on-stage response is the fact that he reportedly did not separate the serious accusation from the silly ones. He did not come out and give a heartfelt speech about his love for Rihanna in response to the disrespect claims. He did not address the thong situation with a separate level of humor while treating the relationship commentary with gravity. He reportedly treated all of it with the same dismissal, which is either the most confident possible response from a man who knows his wife knows his heart, or the most oblivious possible response from a man who underestimated how the optics were landing. Word on the street is that the internet is still debating which one it was. Rihanna has not commented publicly. Rocky has not elaborated beyond the on-stage remarks. The relationship that fans have been celebrating as one of the most genuine and most beautiful in celebrity culture is reportedly intact by every available indication, because neither of them is treating any of this as a crisis that requires crisis management. The Don't Be Dumb tour is sold out. The thong was what it was. And Rocky told the internet exactly what he thought of its most recent narrative cycle in the most direct terms available to him. The crowd was there. The response was delivered. And the internet is reportedly still processing whether to be satisfied by the call-out or more fired up because of it. If you want every layer of this story and every other moment the culture cannot stop talking about broken down in real time, hit that like button and subscribe right now because we are watching all of it.